Alright guys, the big update for February is here. Let's get into this. Love Letter PTS update. And to start things off, Rel has posted a little message here for us. Hey there folks, a major focus for the team in 2023 is about tightening up the core of the game and revisiting of past projects. Keeping in theme, we've been working through January on a multitude of gameplay refinements, user experience improvements, anti-cheat development, thank God, and an investigation of server performance issues. Also, fantastic. In this update, you'll find a number of community request features, balance adjustments, and more making their way, or back into, the game. Read on below. The first thing, anti-cheat. Yes, I just came out with a video talking about the cheating. It's still going on, still an issue. It's a huge problem. So, in the last update, we've quietly introduced additional anti-cheat measures, which we've been monitoring the performance of. In some cases, it would ban offending players later than we'd like, while in others it would only flag a target as suspicious, but not meet our threshold for a ban. In this update, we've plugged in some holes and adjusted the tuning parameters of the system to catch and kick these individuals more quickly. Awesome. The next up is server performance. With this update, we'll be releasing new profiling zones to the server, which will expose more performance information. Now these changes come with some additional network baggage, but we've made it easy to replace the zones with the old ones if the performance impact becomes too costly. We shouldn't need the profiling zones to remain active for too long to get the information we need, which is the next step in further diagnosing of the ongoing server performance issues. Reflex ACOG rework. All Reflex sites and ACOG 1, 2, 3.4, and 4 have been reworked to have consistent reticle sizing for any reticle of the same type. For example, all red dot reflex sites will have the same dot as other reflex sites. All chevron reticles will have the same size as other chevron reticles, etc. Previously, all optics could vary based on size on the platform they were equipped upon. For example, one LMG's reticle might be larger than another LMG's reticle, and the most dramatic difference could often be seen between sidearms and primary weapons. That should no longer be the case. Additionally, we've given many of the reticles a fresh coat of paint to increase their clarity and beautify them a bit. A little note here that says, on the way, we've currently working towards integrating the reticle color settings from the user options.ini into the interface settings as an option. This will allow players to tint their reticles across the board, allowing an accessibility option for those who struggle with certain optic color setups. The gender change token. Araxians around the world can now change their character's gender by unlocking a token in the depot. Voice packs you own will automatically allow access to a equivalent voice pack on the gender you're swapping to. Gender tokens will be available for 1 cert through February and March, and increase to 1,000 certs beyond that. Remote vehicle spawn is back, guys. We've re-enabled the ability to deploy vehicles from the map remotely at any base that is not contested. So if they pull up with the Sunday, the enemy, they get on A point and the timer starts, you will not be able to spawn from the map a vehicle on that point because it's contested in that territory. So dev note here, the spawn system changed towards the end of last year, mostly achieved our design goals with the pacing of deployment, and we feel comfortable enough to return remote vehicle spawning to the game in the form stated above. Character slot increase the number of character slots for members by 1 and increase the total number of purchasable slots by 2. So it brings the total to 16. That is a lot of characters. And so faction colors, weapons, and attachments now take on the accent colors of the faction they're associated with. This was a big one. No deployment zone. Sunder to Sunder, no deployment exclusion radius from 65 to 50. More Sundays on a base, more spawns at a base means keeping the fight going longer, keeping the fight at the base. Tech plants on Amherst and Hassa now use Endar's no deployment zone placement, as this change was well received in the Endar test run. Fixing an issue with the warp gates not showing their no deploy radius to relevant vehicles is on the way. Now here's another big one, the capture mechanics. Alright, so adjacent regions now only count as contested when a timer is active in that region, or in the case of Conduit Outpost, when a flag has been captured. Capture the Conduit repos and conduits can no longer be interacted with if you have no secure lattice link, and an additional message now conveys as much to the player. So the dev note says here, this solves an issue where a single player could control a single capture point in a 4-point base, and prevent the capture of the next base in the lattice until someone redeploys to deal with them, that infiltrator that's backcapping, and has the benefit of making it clear on the map when a base is actively contested or not. Continent benefits, they took those out. They've been removed for the time being. This includes Indar and Ezimir's benefits, which have been non-operational for many years. Dev note, these benefits don't currently act as strong motivations to capture a continent, which defeats their intended purpose. We're disabling these benefits to tie up loose threads in the current experience, but aren't opposed to bringing back map persistent benefits in some form if there are good suggestions and a strong desire. Now the mission system, if you've been on the test server, you'll see that the overview is gone. So they have removed that screen in line with the changes we made to auto-claiming missions. As mentioned in the early January update, be sure to accept any unclaimed missions, guys. So if you guys been stockpiling, be sure to accept any unclaimed missions before this update hits live. So make sure to do that, or all those stockpiled missions that you have ready to go are going to be gone. Additionally, the following new missions have been added to the daily pool. Concealed Chaos, Black Market, earn 500 experience while cloaked. Clandestine Operative, Black Market, earn experience by gathering intel or sabotaging enemy facilities. And Conduit Control, Nanite Systems, capture a conduit facility. The depot has received a bundle containing a lovely new Amaterasu variant, which shoots out hearts. It explodes hearts when you hit somebody. You have the Sweet Nothings bundle here, the Queen of Hearts, the Love Letter decal, some letters that get stuck on your person, and the Sugar Tile camo. A new directive makes an appearance for the duration of the event, rewarding 2,000 ISO 4 and the Huggable title upon completion. I think that's like the tier 4 when you finish it. Tier 3 is 500 A7, the Black Market currency. Tier 2, I want to say, is like 100 ISO, and I don't think there's anything for tier 1. Matchmaker missions have made their way back to Araxis. You can complete up to 2 of these missions per day and earn extra progress through the event directive. Now on to some balance adjustments here. The Impulse Grenade went from 50 to 25. The D7 Hummingbird, they improved the lock-on acceleration and projectile turn rate. The lifespan is now from 4 to 6 seconds. The AR TAC ARX Maxwell got a buff here. Damage range from 10 to 15. Damage from 100 to 112, magazine size 26 to 30, and reserve ammo 208 to 210. Let's look at some bug fixes. Fixed an issue where camouflage could appear incorrect on remote clients. The days of seeing a Prowler caked in bright yellow instead of glorious metallic pink are gone. Honestly, I'd rather see those bright yellow, but that's just me. Added automatic removal of stale squads that last longer than a few days. If you've seen a squad leader that doesn't actually exist, sometimes appearing as a Dorito at some obscure place in the world with no body attached to it, that's what we're referring to. We've seen instances of these stale squads staying for longer than 20 days in some cases, and would previously be cleared when a server was restarted. Sunder and Galaxy now display their ammo and repair icons on the minimap once again. In addition, the ants with the delivery module now show a ammo icon. Lodestar Galaxies now show their deployed state, and Lock-on Jammer Galaxies now show a unique icon as well. Now the Corsair is going to be getting these updates in the next BTS update. And lastly, miscellaneous changes, fixes, additions. Remove the Members Early Access category from the depot. Chat now displays as a channel suggestion prompt in the text field instead of an empty box. Toggling the Ignore Incoming Tells function now requires you to relog to take effect. Clicking on an open character slot now begins the character's creation phase, instead of waiting for you to press the Create Character button. Updated the text size and verbiage of the All Access member pop-up. Fix for edge cases where you should be kicked from a squad platoon but still see their waypoint and chat communication. Fixed a animation issue where player models would pop when a player enters their idle animation. Fixed an issue where Infravision would highlight yourself after exiting a vehicle. Infravision's implants descriptions now convey that you cannot see cloaked targets. Awesome. Jackrabbit's reflex sight reticle no longer becomes invisible when these are cloaked. Fixed an animation issue caused by crouching while reloading the NS-TAC-61 Emissary invariants. Fixed rechamber animations for the ADVX, Mako, Ghost, Parallax, V10, and the XM98. The Year of the Tiger decal no longer tints Araxium armor that color red when worn. All heavy assault shields and combat medic abilities have been enabled for underwater use. That's a big one there. So heavy assault shields and combat medic abilities you can now use underwater. The roots of underwater seaweed should no longer sway with the rest of the foliage, and players on low graphics quality settings have some options available to them. So that's it for this one. I think this is a step in the right direction. I do like a lot of these things that they are doing, starting here with the heavy assault shields and the combat medic abilities being able to be used underwater. I think is going to be great. I'm glad they fixed the Hummingbird. The mission system I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the capture mechanics and seeing how that's going to work out. The no deploy zones on Sunders I think is a good change. Remote vehicle spawn, I am so glad that that's back. And hopefully we'll see some changes for the anti-cheat and the server performance. Now I'm really hoping that anti-cheat comes through. I'm really interested to see how well it performs. But who knows, guys, who knows? But that's going to be it for me for this one, guys. So I hope you guys have a great day, great night wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one.